In last class, we have discussed the basic points of the chemistry, in which we have discussed the matter and their classification. Today, I will discuss the laws of chemical combinations. We know that matter has been classified into three types: elements, compounds, and mixture. Element is the pure substance, compound is also the pure substance, mixture is impure substance. There is no any specific law to prepare the mixture. However, element compounds have been prepared by governing the some special laws which are called laws of chemical combination. Some of the laws of chemical combinations are law of conservation of mass, law of conservation of mass. Second one is law of definite proportion, law of definite proportion. Third one is law of multiple proportion, law of multiple proportion. Fourth one is Gay-Lussac's law. Gay-Lussac's law. And fifth one is Avogadro's law. Avogadro's law. These are the laws of chemical combinations by which governing the compounds are formed. Most elements are radioactive elements. Most elements are the natural elements. Some are man-made, that is artificial elements. Artificial elements are prepared by using the laws of radioactivity. So the matter has three types: elements, compounds, and mixture. There is no any specific law to prepare the mixture. Some artificial elements are prepared by using the laws of radioactivity. So the compounds are prepared. Compounds are prepared by governing some laws of chemical combination. The chemical combinations are laws of conservation of mass, law of definite proportion, law of multiple proportion, Gay-Lussac's law, and Avogadro's law. These are the laws of chemical combinations by which compounds are formed. At first, we discuss the law of conservation of mass. Law of conservation of mass. It was given by Lavoisier. It was given by Lavoisier. The law is stated as the matter can neither be created nor be destroyed. So the total mass of will become constant, that is conserved. In a chemical reaction, it is defined as sum of the total mass of the reactant must be equal to the total mass of the product if total reactants are completely consumed. If total reactants are not completely consumed, in such case, sum of the total mass of the reactant before the chemical reaction must be equal to the total mass of the product and total mass of the unreacted reactant. For example, element A reacts with the another substance B to form C and D. If A and B are completely consumed during the chemical reaction, in such case, mass of A plus mass of B must be equal to mass of C plus mass of D. it is the first case where total reactants are completely consumed during the chemical reaction. If total mass are not completely consumed during the chemical reaction, in such case mass of A plus mass of B before the reaction will become equal to mass of C plus mass of D plus mass of unreacted A and B. It is the law of conservation of mass given by Lavoisier. When total mass of reactant are completely consumed, in such case it will be formulated, and when total mass of reactant are not completely consumed, in such case this formulation should be used. Now the second one is law of definite proportion. The law of definite proportion should be discussed in next video. Thank you.